我喜欢你 I love you.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Popsicle. My name is Kathy.
And I'm Ep2.
And welcome to our episode 2.
In episode 1, we talked about 3 bad kids that was influenced by their original family environment. Because we think that one was really, really dark. We went through some down moments in that episode, so we're thinking to bring you some brighter, lighter drama for you.
Hey Ijo, how are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like a lollipop.
Huh? Lollipop?
Yeah, like falling in love again. Cause I just rewatched a Taiwan drama called It Started with a Kiss.
Oh my god, yes, that drama. I loved it.
It reminded me when I was in school.
What about it?
I have received love letter that time.
Aw, I didn't know that.
Well, that's not important. That's not the point. But in that drama, that was so sweet. I hope I got experience like that.
You can be 直树. I can be your 湘琴. So are we talking about this drama today?
Yes.
What is this drama about?
It Started with a Kiss is a romantic comedy. It's focused on the life of Yuan Xiangqin and Jiang Zhishu. They know each other from high school, and Xiangqin is
Naive, silly, intellectually challenged.
who fell in love with Zhishu at the first sight of the freshman orientation.
I believe she's in love with 直树 for 2 or 3 years, and then so many other girls loves him as well. It's just like, have your idols in the same school with you? Of course you're gonna love him.
Zhishu is good looking, smart, scored number 1.
All time number 1.
Yes. And cool.
Cold, super cold, I think. And then in their last year, in their final year of high school study, Xiangqin just confessed with 直树and sends him a love letter saying that, you might not know me well, but I know you pretty well. For 3 years, I don't know how to confess to you, but you just make my heart bumps. You just makes my hearts bump so badly. I'm just letting you know that I love you. And then I don't think 直树 even reads the letter.
He didn't even take the letter.
直树 yeah, that's right. 直树 didn't even touch the letter and then stepped away.
Didn't even look at her.
Like, 直树 knows what's going on, but 直树 was like,
Ignored.
completely ignored Xiangqin and stepped away.
Talked to another guy from his class.
Yeah, and Xiangqin's confession was witnessed by the entire school, and she was pretty embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
And then Xiangqin was like,
Whatever.
whatever. I'm not gonna talk to you again. And then what happened?
Xiangqin is from a single parent family. She lived with her dad. Her mom passed away when she was really, really young. And her dad built a house for her. Finally, he got enough money to build a big new house. The first day they moved into the new house. So the house was falling down because of a 2-point-something earthquake.
2.1 degree of earthquake. And then in other versions, is it in the Japanese version or in the original story?
I think so. The Japanese one.
It was the shooting star.
The house was hidden by the shooting star, like 3 millimeters or 3 centimeters.
In whatever stories, it just shows that how fragile that house is.
Yeah. Even as a new house.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not good at carpenting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a chef. Don't expect too much. And then what happened?
Well, again, Xiangqin's situation becomes another hot topic among her classmates or schoolmates. Like everyone knows what happened to her in her school.
His dad was like, okay, we're homeless now. We need to find somewhere, find a shed. Dad knows a really good friend who are willing to take them. They goes to the friend's house. Then
Okay, then
turns out
to find a really familiar surname at the front of the house,
Jiang,
which is 直树 surname, Jiang's house.
Jiang's family. But there are so many people named after Jiang in China and in Taiwan.
Yeah, so she didn't think that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
However,
However,
when she entered the house,
she saw Jiang's family, including Jiang Zhishu. She was so shocked about that.
in Jiang's family, they got two boys. One's Jiang Zhishu and his brother Yushu.
Zhishu and Yushu.
They're all really, really smart. And
Yay.
Yushu doesn't like Xiangqin.
And neither Zhishu.
She's not really good at study.
No. It's a typical love story that just originated in Japan, and then it had a remake in Taiwan, Korea, Thai even, but I'm not sure if the story is famous in Korean and Thai, but I know it's quite popular in Japan, where it originated, and in Taiwan. I think it was during 2000s, and then Taiwanese drama just gone pretty viral, not just in Taiwan, but also in mainland China.
Especially during the summer holiday, the romantic comedy from Taiwan becomes viral in mainland China. It's like our childhood memory during the summer holiday.
Yes, definitely our childhood memory. And I'm sure for those of you who are watching C-dramas or, who love C-dramas, we all know this drama. The name is, it started with a kiss. And the Chinese name is
恶作剧之吻.
and in literal translation, that is mischievous kiss. And the original story in Japan, I think that's the name, mischievous kiss.
If you know Japanese, it's called Itazura na kiss. So loving Tokyo.
So cute. Can you just say that again?
Itazura na kiss.
Oh my god. I get that. It's like, it's keys. And then I can try to say that in Korean. That is 장난스러 kiss. 장난스러, I think that is, are you kidding me? And then in Thai, I can't read it in Thai. Well, none of us can. The English name is just kiss me in Thai.
Okay.
So how the story was created was like, first started with a comic.
I think it's a comic from Japan.
And then it produced into an anime.
I haven't watched the anime. I only know the drama.
Oh, I've watched like the first episode. It's like this main girl. I think in Japanese that's Kotoko. Kotoko. She just being so silly, and her eyes were like two light bulbs, shine and bright.
Like so innocent, cute, stupid. Cute, stupid.
It's very stupid. It's even more stupid than the drama characters. My god. And then it turned into a Japanese TV drama. Say that again.
Itazura na kiss.
Itazura na kiss. And then 2 or 3 years after this Japanese TV drama, then there is a remake in Taiwan. That's how I got to know the story.
And that was really, really classic.
Yeah.
I still watch it sometimes, again and again.
I do too. So I just like click in sometimes, and then to refresh my memories on some of the plots.
But I think last year, China have remake it into a movie.
I think it was also in Taiwan.
Yeah.
But the actors they got was not my ideal.
Especially the one played 直树.
He should be in the second lead.
Ajin.
He should be the one doing comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ajin, he should be in that role.
Exactly.
And then the girl, Lin Yun, she played Xiangqin in this film. I thought she's too pretty.
Too good looking.
Too good looking. But if it's the original remake, I think people will still love it. So people still love the classics, but I don't think people love the remakes.
Exactly, because if they remake the story, especially when the director changed the story from the original one, people will angry about it.
Yeah, especially when you get Ah Jin to play 植树. That makes me
Who
furious.
cannot accept it?
I know. So furious about that. He should be in the second lead. To what extent should we say that? Should we tell the audience?
So after a few things happened, at the end of the show, they get married. It's like after high school, they get married.
It's so early.
They were strangers at the beginning of the semester, and at the end of the semester, they get married.
植树 is a strange guy. Can I say that?
It's quite different. It's like high IQ boy.
And then Xiangqin was such a persistent girl. She just tries her best to get Zhishu's approval for everything, for her study, for her personality, just everything.
And cooking.
Well, she can't cook. The only thing she can do is making coffee. And then in this school, I don't know if Japanese education system is like that. So they got a class that just collects the smartest people in this year, in this grade. And so A, B, C, D, E, F.
If you're in A class, but you're ranking the last in A class, you can be the top student of F class.
Yeah, so A just basically collects the smartest people, and F class just basically collects the dumbest people.
In the show, there's another boy called Ajin.
Ajin, yeah, Ajin is the second lead. Ajin loves Xiangqin, but Xiangqin doesn't like Ajin. And Xiangqin loves Zhishu, but Zhishu doesn't like Xiangqin in the beginning. Well, Zhishu doesn't like anyone. So Zhishu it's the first in A class, and Xiangqin is in F class. Xiangqin is in the last in F class, but yeah.
But Ajin is.
Oh, Ajin is? Okay.
Yeah. Because he's the only one who didn't pass the final examination in his class.
Yeah, so that's how much of a difference between Zhishu and Xiangqin. Of course, you're gonna look down upon someone if the education system is like that.
We got that kind of system in China as well.
Yeah.
We got fast class. In a fast class, they got smarter people who learn fast, taking the knowledge easier than other people.
In my school, we call it the rocket class. Flies way faster than the others.
It makes sense.
And then in that rocket class, you get the best teacher of that school. And then everyone is so disciplined, everyone's so competitive, just trying to get 10 more marks every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If I'm in that kind of class, I will feel so depressed. I'd rather go to F class where Xiangqin stays so I can be so happy.
Well, if you're smart in that class, you'll be like, you won't think about anything. But if you are just a normal and you go to that class, you're so unhappy because you have to try really, really hard to follow others' step.
In terms of studying, I am quite normal.
Oh, same. Not much smart student.
Well, you were much smarter, way much smarter than I was.
I'm not. I was in the normal class.
In China, it was okay. In my schools, in my year, there were only 2 rocket classes. The rest of the other 14 classes, we've got 16 classes in a year.
In our grade, we got 23 classes, 1 fast class, 1 international class, and 21 parallel classes.
Parallel just mean
Normal
classes.
Yeah.
Where the normal people stay.
Yeah.
Oh, I read an article about Singaporean schooling system. They have a way much competitive and quite a racist. Well, I don't know if it's gonna offend our Singaporean audience, but I thought that was so competitive in a way that I think it will be racist to the dumb kids. So I just look it up. They have a education system called the Gifted Education Program, which is super selective, and it's designed to identify the top 0.25%.
How about the others?
They don't care about it. Only this top 2.5 or it'll be top 1% now.
Aww.
Top 1% of students each year with pretty outstanding grade.
Wow. So for the others, they just give them up, or?
The way it works is like when all students goes to primary school, probably in the first day of their primary school, they will have a test. This test is going to assess your verbal, mathematical, and spatial abilities.
Wow. It sounds like uni.
Yeah, and then the smartest ones will go into this program, and then the rest of them just they will just be in other schools. So ever since they got into that programs, their classes will shuffle from year 3, like it will be like from A class to F class.
Wow. It's like a hierarchy.
Yeah, that it is pretty hierarchical. They also have ranking in terms of classes. All these rankings is public.
Whoa.
It's just so much pressures for these students. And then I feel sad that they have to go through these kind of selecting process ever since primary school. So in this drama, the difference between A class and the F class, it's like A class are just working nerds.
Yeah, and it's like the difference between Zhishu and Ajin.
Yeah, Zhishu only knows how to study, and Ajin knows everything but study.
I just feel sorry for Ajin every single
So
time.
some people say Ajin is like the backup boyfriend for Xiangqin.
When Xiangqin hurted by Zhishu, Ajin takes her to a restaurant, takes her to his village.
Ajin takes Xiangqin out whenever she's down. But that's just something that your friends would do. Your normal friends.
Xiangqin knows that Ajin likes her. She's like using him.
Really? But Xiangqin is a innocent girl who would never think that way.
If you know someone likes you and you don't like him at all, would you still ask him to go out with you?
No.
But Xiangqin using Ajin.
What do you think? Do you think that if someone confessed to you but you don't like him, do you think there's a possibility that you two can be friends?
Well, yes, but only normal friends. If I'm sad,
You just won't go to him.
yeah, like what's the point? You don't like him and you still go to him when you are sad.
He saw you when you're down, when you're upset.
Just don't show him. Don't tell him. Like normal friends, like who don't talk about deep things. If she is using Ajin on purpose, we'll call that kind of girl 绿茶, green tea girl.
What does green tea mean?
It means the girl looks innocent, gorgeous, and naive, but actually they're not.
She had so many little things going on in her mind, trying to trick you.
In her way. In a smart way.
So, Ijo, can you give us an example of a green tea girl?
Okay, so in the show, Xiangqin and Zhishu's honeymoon trip, there was a Japanese girl. I can't remember her name, but she is that kind of girl who asked Zhishu to play with her, even she is on her honeymoon as well, ignoring her husband, not husband, but fiancé.
That's so bad. And we call that kind of girl a green tea, like
Yes.
who tries to be so innocent,
Pretty in front of the guy or guys.
yeah, but doing all these little stuff. So, did it trick Zhishu at all?
Well, yes, she was pretending gotten stomachache because Zhishu wants to be a doctor. So he started to ask her and touch her body,
Having
like check
skinship.
if she's alright.
I'm sure Xiangqin would be furious about that.
Yeah, but Zhishu was like, hey, look, your husband is going to be a doctor in the future. So I'll touch hundreds and thousands of people. Would you still want to act like that?
I know. Xiangqin is like so naive about things.
And Xiangqin was helping the Japanese girl to get some medicine. And then the Japanese girl was like, oh, I was pretending Zhishu, you're so handsome. And Xiangqin was just normal and stupid. How about we get married and just leave my fiancé and Xiangqin?
Oh, so many little tricks. You're a green tea girl. You're stealing the love that belongs to the first female lead. You're a green tea girl.
Yeah, because green tea, it tastes normal, but it keeps you awake.
Is that why it calls green tea?
I think so. They put their makeup on. It's like really light makeup. Make boys think the girl put any makeup.
So a typical line for a green tea girl would be,
Say to their girlfriends, "Oh, wow, you're so beautiful." Say to the boy, "I'm so jealous that you got such beautiful girlfriend. If I were you, I would be so happy." And make the boy think, "Oh,
she's so nice. And then I fight with my girlfriend every day. Why don't I just go with this girl who seems so kind and charming and blah."
yeah." But when the boy asks the girl to go out, the girl will be like, "Oh, I'm not good enough for you."
Exactly. I'm not good enough for you, so maybe you should go look for other girls. And then the boy was like, "Oh my god, she's so caring."
And the girl will be like, "But can we still be good friends?"
Oh my god, why can't I be good friend with her? She just, super nice. I don't just want to be a good friend, and I want her to be my girlfriend.
If you know, you get the idea. You can call them green tea girl.
So if one girl is doing this, and then we obviously know that she's a green tea girl. So a green tea girl is often matched with a boy who are incapable to identify these kind of little tricks.
We call them 直男.
直男 in literal translation means straight boys.
Straight guy.
Which I don't get. I don't get it. What's wrong with straight guys?
Maybe they're straight. They don't think that much.
They did nothing wrong.
It's not for only straight guy. It's not for straight guy. It's for those guy who cannot read girls' little tricks.
And then also we call people straight guy when they can't recognize different lipstick colors.
Right. Like the Barbie pink.
Oh, I'm sure they can recognize Barbie pink and red.
But I think for a straight guy, they think Barbie pink is perfect for his girlfriend. They're like, "Oh, look, babe, this is so nice, pink, and it's shiny. This is so you."
Oh, really? That's a disaster for me. If I were to be put on a Barbie pink.
I think for our skin color, it's maybe not for you, but for us, depends on how you look like, but not for me.
Do you think they will understand what Barbie pink is?
The one Barbie wear.
So pink. It's like if you remember the package of the Barbies, it's like shiny pink. That's Barbie pink. And then for most Asian girls, especially East Asian girls, we normally wear red, but not
Or orange.
orange.
Not orange, but red orange.
Yeah, red orange. That is like, it's like the red colors between red and orange.
Yeah.
But it's red. It's definitely in the range of red.
Yeah.
It's just like slightly more yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the common colors for Asian people. And then in that range, there are about 100 red colors, 100 different red colors.
Which the guys cannot recognize.
Yes. Whenever people ask them, this is chili red, this is grapefruit red,
Cherry red,
and then that's bloody red,
red bean red.
Or that's period red. Do you know what period red is?
I do. It's like dark red.
It's so dark that it's almost purple. These people must have a wrong understanding about what period is, what period looks like.
Well,
Okay, let's stop it there.
And another thing for straight guy, when you have a period pain, they always like, okay, here, have some hot water.
Hot water doesn't help. It doesn't work.
And you said he will be like, here's hot water.
No,
So you're running in the rain, they will be like, hot water.
I don't want hot water.
Yeah. And they will be like, I'm caring about you.
Just give me some hugs and kisses. I'll be fine.
Drinking hot water.
I had enough of hot water. And then that's an Asian thing as well. So in my understanding, not many European people drink hot water. They only drink teas and coffee.
Yeah, even milk. We boil the milk before we drink it.
No, they don't. They just drink it straight from the fridge. One time, someone asked me to pour a cup of water, and then I just straight pour them warm water. It's not even hot. It's just warm.
They will be like, oh, it's so disgusting.
Exactly. She was like, that's so gross. I don't want to drink it. I was like, that's good for your tummy. She was like, I don't trust you. I drink cold water for my entire lifetime. I don't think hot water will save me from anything.
Like if an Asian mom saw you drinking a cold water, especially with ice, they'll be crazy. They're like, hey, you're killing yourself.
Exactly. You know what? Do you know when you get old, you have so many problems because you're drinking cold water right now? I'm like, I'm drinking cold water right now, and then something will happen to me 40 years later. Really? So for me, I drink hot water sometimes, not so often.
But actually, hot water helps with the period sometimes. I don't understand, but sometimes it works.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it works for me when I'm having soup. So I guess hot water works. This is like a female sex podcast.
Well, if you're a guy, you better know this. If you're a straight guy, you better know this for your girlfriend.
And then what if a homosexual guy listening to our show?
Well,
Well, treat your mums better.
as an Asian girl, I'll tell you, hot water is good for you, even you're a guy.
True. No matter who you are, hot water is the solution for everything. Obviously, in this drama, Xiangqin has poured Zhishu so many cups of hot water, I believe, and coffee. Jumping to our next topic is Xiangqin's like the one who loved Zhishu. The first, in other stories, guys confess girls.
Yeah, normally girls, they're just waiting for boys, the one who do the hunting.
Yeah. In this one, it's like, I know it's a pretty normal thing right now for girls to confess to boys and then do things for boys so the boys can turn to the girl. And then, but in that time, this story was like probably the first romantic drama that tells you how a girl can not to be so restrained and then show her love.
Yeah.
It just shows that how the Chinese conservative concept is getting more open to more modern ideas.
In these days, guys in China, they are quite shy. They don't.
Really?
Yeah.
They become the shy ones, and the girls have to be like the first to confess ones.
If the guy is good looking, yes.
Ah, okay. Maybe I should be more provocative. Maybe I should be more active, and then I should start to confess to boys, because I never did that. I'm like that kind of girl who keeps waiting for people to ask me.
Girl, you have the right to hunt. You have the right to choose the right boy.
I know. People keep telling me that, but I just don't have the opportunity to meet boys. My cousin, you know my cousin, he even asked me to use Tinder or like the other social dating apps. Do you think I should start looking into those?
I think you don't have to if you're not ready for it. If you're happy, then do it.
No, because in fact I'm pretty introverted. I'll be single for life. If I get a boy, I wouldn't think about, you know how traditional parents, they think about you should marry to the right person, right family especially. the family should be, if you are a rich family, then your in-laws family should also be rich. If your family is quite prestigious, quite, everyone's quite smart, then your in-laws family should also be in the same way, to make sure that your marriage goes well, goes smoothly, goes long, and your kids isn't impacted by the difference between two families.
Well, but think about 直树 and Xiangqin. They're quite different. 直树 has a brother. Xiangqin is the single child. 直树 has a really happy family, but Xiangqin is in a single parent family. And 直树's family is quite rich. Xiangqin's dad is not so rich. 直树is so smart, scored #1 boy. And Xiangqin is like in the F class. So they're quite different. Big different.
After your comparisons, I don't get any point why Zhishu should marry with Xiangqin.
I think because Xiangqin helps him to find his life goal. He finds everything's boring because I'm so smart. I can solve any problem.
Yeah.
And Xiangqin is like the troublemaker, which Zhishu cannot really handle because she's so dumb, really not good at study and other things.
No, she is.
So would you rather find a boy who's like Zhishu or a boy who's like Ajin?
Ajin, my pick. It's Ajin.
If I were Xiangqin, I would choose Ajin as well.
I think Ajin has a good sense of humor, first of all, and then he's kind and he shows his kindness. I thought that's important too. And then he knows what he wants. Like, he wants to be a chef, then he becomes a chef.
Apart from study, Ajin is really good at everything.
So, but some people will also choose Zhishu because that's the one you love. You don't want to be in someone who you don't probably in love with.
Okay, there comes the question. If there's two boys, one is the boy you love, and the other boy loves you so much. The first boy might not like you, but you don't like the other one.
I choose to be single. All right?
Good idea. Yeah, but I definitely think if you live with someone likes you, will make your life easier. Because the guy likes you, he can do things for you, and then you might like him after you being together.
Maybe, but it's like it's also possible that I have an external affair because I don't like the guy.
But think about if you choose the one you like and you'll be really tired, do things for him, even you're happy to do so. And sometimes he might hurt your feelings.
Sure, and then he might have an external affair.
Yeah, like makes you even more sad.
So I choose to be single, or I'll talk to the guy who likes me. Is like, okay, yes, let's we can go out, but you know what? Let's start
Open relationship.
Exactly. You know what I mean.
That's possible if you both agree.
Yeah, or just like, here's a trendy thing called open relationship. You can go out, have your one night stands, and I can go out, enjoy myself.
Well, if he can accept it, yes, go for it. Alright, so today we have talked about A to F class in China, Singapore, or other Asian countries. And then we also talked about green tea girl, backup guy, and
straight guys. And we've also introduced you about different remakes of this. So it just makes me feel so nostalgic whenever I go back to any of the remakes. Probably not the new remakes, but the Japanese one and the Taiwanese one when I watched.
So, Kathy, what flavor do you think is today's popsicle?
Love potion.
Love potion.
Because, you know, in Harry Potter, Ron has love potion. What's that name?
I think it's something called amor something. Because it's like love in Spanish.
Ah, you know so much. Amortentia.
Amortentia. So what flavor is that?
But in the ingredient list, it says it has ashwinder eggs, rose thorns, peppermint, powdered moonstone, pure dust, and rose petals.
I can't imagine, but definitely that flavor.
Don't know. It's so strange.
Right, so we hope you enjoy it. And
see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Dun dun dun.
Jushu, I love you.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye, Jushu. I miss you already.
Do your homework.
No.